today I'm sharing a practice of restorative yoga, specifically without using props. There's a lot of restorative yoga classes where we have piles of props. We have multiple bolsters and blankets and straps and so many delicious things, and I love using those when I can, but sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where we don't have props available. Maybe we're traveling, maybe we're just at home, we're feeling sick, and we just need our restorative practice without so much stuff. And so that's my goal in our practice today, is to have a beautiful, relaxing class without having to use any props at all. So we're going to begin laying all the way down onto our backs. And as you're here, make sure you're comfortable. If you need to shift around with your back or your glutes, making things feel good, that's perfectly fine. We'll place both of our hands on our thighs. And with that touch, we're imagining we're sending the signal to the legs and to the feet to relax. They've held us up all day long, no matter what we've done. And we're so grateful for them. And so here they can relax. One hand comes up to the belly, the low abdomen area, and let that relax. Sometimes digestive things are going on. Different times of the month can lead to some bloating in this area. And so with the touch of your hand, send that idea, relax, to that low belly. Taking your opposite hand, place it more over the belly button in the solar plexus area, helping to relax into this area. Digestion is going really well. Breathe and relax. The hand that's lower comes up toward the heart. And send that idea of relaxation to the heart, to the lungs, to the very breath, helping the breath be slower, more full. Feel your breath move each of the hands, breathing so deep the belly moves, and also the chest. Feel them come back down with the exhale. The bottom hand moves up toward the throat, and rest your hand slightly over that area. Really feel the breath moving in and out of that area. Lifting up both hands, rub your hands together, creating a little bit of heat, a little bit of friction. And then when you feel the warmth, rest each of your hands over each eye. Feel that darkness. Feel the relaxation of those muscles around the eye, knowing that they don't have to focus on anything right now. And then lastly, for the crown of our head, we open up our fingertips. We place our fingers close together, and then we spread the fingers apart, giving sensation to all of the scalp. You can do both hands together. You can do one hand at a time. My recommendation, find different areas so that the whole scalp can be gently activated. That feels good. Begin to take your right knee in toward the chest. Our hands clasp around that knee and begins to pull the knee inward. Some days the knee wants to go deep, other days not so much. No need to force anything. This is our restorative practice day. So no need to do anything but find a comfortable way to bring a little bit of sensation into the body. Helping the body feel something without having to work too hard. Backing off slightly from here, begin to aim this right knee toward the left shoulder. It won't be able to go very far because of how the hip bone is shaped. But pull it across anyways and just feel how this opens up very deep tissues right at the head of the femur. Scanning through the rest of your body, see if there's any areas that are holding tension which you can release right now. Gently backing off of this angle, start to swing the knee wide. So it's aiming with both hands holding onto it. It's aiming as far over to the right as the knee is willing to travel. Pauses in between poses, find that breath, scan through the body. Oftentimes we're not living in the body, we're thinking of the next thing, but be with the body right now. Tell the body, I love you, I will be with you. Give yourself permission. Start to let the hands release their clasp. This right knee relaxes all the way open as the foot comes to the inner thigh. It's essentially a tree pose, but laying here on the ground. Feel how this very gently pulls that right hip open. No pressure, no tension, just breathing and relaxing. this right foot, sliding it all the way along to the earth. And then we begin to introduce the left knee inward. Hands clasp around the knee. Again, we're not trying to use a lot of muscular strength today. We're kind of just using the weight of the arms is the biggest focus to help pull this leg inward. Backing off just a little bit, this is where we aim the knee toward the right shoulder, knowing that it can't go super far, but just see how much it's willing to travel. Letting the knee swing wide off to the left. Feel it release open. You want both hands here so that way we're preventing the knee from just splaying all the way open. Just see how much it's willing to tug upward and open with both hands clasped. Begin to relax. Take that tree pose again. Left foot to the inner thigh, left knee opening. The rest of the spine, recheck it to make sure posture is long and tall. Left leg begins to slide long back to the earth. Once it's there, relaxed and comfortable again. Take this right knee back inward, and this time we're aiming for a half happy baby pose. So right hand slides to the ankle if we can reach that far. Maybe it can go all the way to the side of the foot. If the foot's able to lift up above the knee, take that position. Any other is perfectly fine in a restorative day as well. And so be here, be with the body. Does the body want stillness? Just breathing and relaxing. Some days the body needs to move, so give it permission if that's what it wants to rock around. Checking in with our body. This is that chance to be with it, to breathe with it. From here, start to swivel the foot in toward the midline. If both hands are able to hold onto the foot, that's great. If you're still on shin or calf, that's fine as well. It's almost like the tree pose in that case. if you're holding onto the foot, just test the water. See how far the foot's willing to travel in toward the heart without hurting the knee. That's never our goal, especially on a restorative yoga day. And so starting to pull it in, you feel the stretch getting just a little bit deeper. If you want even more, leave the left hand at the foot. The right hand grabs the knee. And from here you can either rock or hug it in even tighter. Sliding the left foot in, we begin to release this right ankle onto that left thigh. And for some of us, just placing the right fingers on that knee, helping that thigh open, is all we need today, and that's fine. Some of us, that doesn't give us much at all. So if you want more, and if it's comfortable, we thread the right arm in between this little triangle the legs make. The left arm hugs around the outside, and we clasp our hands. If you can't reach all the way around the shin, go for the thigh instead. Make sure the head can relax back down as you breathe into that hip stretch that suddenly increased tremendously. We'll take one last thing before we switch back to the other side. Leave the legs in this crossed shape. The arms open out to each side in a figure T on the ground. And then the legs begin to fall all the way over to the left side. As we're making our way down, the goal is for this right knee to stay upright. So if it's already too much and you're collapsing, the knee's not really wanting to stay, what you'll do is scoot the feet and that knee further away from the shoulder. And that'll be where you get the best stretch through the hip and the IT band. If you're off at the side and you want more, you think you can handle that deeper twist, you've got two options. Left hand can either press up so that the knee lifts upward even more, or you can continue to scoot the legs and that shin further closer to the left shoulder. Wherever that best place to open is, here we pause and breathe. As we start to uncross the ankle, let both knees stack, taking this into a normal twist. relaxing the hips back to the earth, slide the right leg long. We'll take all those stretches on the other side. The left knee comes in. If we can reach for the shin, that's where we grab. If we can get all the way to the outside of the foot, then begin to play with the foot coming up above the knee. You could be rocking with movement. You could just find that stillness of gravity trying to pull the leg further and further open. Both hands aim for the foot or the shin, wherever you can grab, and begin to pull that foot closer toward the heart without tweaking the knee. If you want to go a little bit deeper, left hand goes along the outside of the leg or the shin. Maybe even slip the foot further up the forearm, rocking or find stillness. Sliding the left foot in, we can rest this left ankle up on right thigh. This is the place where you can either push the knee open, resting the other foot on the ground, or thread the arms around that right side, pulling it in until the hip begins to open. Arms open now. The legs fall all the way over to the right side. Remember, you can slide further away to make it easier. You could slide closer to the shoulder to make it deeper, or you can gently push upward on the knee. Whatever helps you to get into that best outer IT band area. Stretch. Uncrossing the ankle, turn this into a normal twist. As we start to release, bring both hips down on the ground, plant both feet about as wide as your mat, and then both knees begin to fall over to the right. With a lot of that external rotation, this now gives us a chance to have internal rotation. It can feel really helpful. For many of us, this is that best spot to stay at. As long as it doesn't hurt the knee, you do have the option to take the right ankle and rest it on that left thigh, helping to weigh that inner thigh rotation even more. Releasing the ankle, both knees fall over to the other side. Perhaps left ankle comes up to rest on the right thigh. As we release, let both knees take a few windshield wipers, going right, going left. Eventually roll over to the side, press your way up toward a seated place. And once we're up, we're taking star pose. The bottoms of both feet touch together and the feet are far away from us, a good 2 feet or so if you can make it that far. The spine begins to tilt forward and the weight of the head drops down. The most beautiful thing about this is when the head drops down, it pulls the entire spine, all the muscles of the back, into a really good stretch. So see how much release is possible for your body today. Find the hands on the earth, and that helps us to rise back up. Once we're up, the left foot slides in closer to the pelvis, the right leg slides open. We try to keep the second toe pointing upward, more or less, rather than completely collapsing forward, completely collapsing back. We don't want too much stress, too much tension and muscular activity through the leg, but do have that idea that the second toe tries to stay pointing upward. From that placement, we try to twist our torso toward that right leg and begin walking the hands downward. We're not forcing our way toward a deep stretch. It's more of tilting the pelvis and then letting the rest of the spine melt downward as deep as they wish to go. Back low as you walk the hands back through the center. Doesn't matter how far down you're going, but let your spine be heavy again, relaxing directly forward this time. And the hands planting into the earth, pressing your way up. Take a moment to lift the spine up tall. Good. Switch the legs out. When that left leg's long, have one hand plant on each side of the leg. And once again, once we've tilted the pelvis toward the left, then begin to let the muscles of that back relax. Hands begin to crisscross, walking their way through the front. It doesn't matter how far you go once again, it's just relaxing. That's the whole point of restorative yoga, is how much can I relax into any shape that I'm given. Our way up. We've worked quite a bit with the legs. We've worked a bit with the hips. We take a moment for the shoulders and the head, neck, all of that for this time. So opening our arms off to each side, we're going to let our hand go as if it's circling an imaginary orb. So it circles around, the thumb goes as far as it possibly can underward, and then circle all the way around. Pinky tries to flip up. Circling all the way around, thumb under, all the way around, pinky up. Take 3 more of those, almost like a meditation. No need to focus too hard, just find the motion happening in the body. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Both hands hover above the ground to each side. Let the right ear drop down to the right shoulder. From here, the left arm swings all the way across the body. The right arm hooks around and pulls it in. Gently the head rises. Gently the arms open. Good. Second side. Left ear drops over left shoulder. Right arm begins to cross its way over the body. Left arm hooks around and pulls it in. Head gently rises. Both arms open up. Good. Making our way all the way down onto the belly. We have the elbows under our shoulders. Taking a Sphinx pose. In our Sphinx pose today, we're going to let the muscles collapse in the shoulders. So rather than pressing our way up tall, let just the skeleton hold you up. The head also drops forward so that you're stretching through the backside of the neck. If you'd like to include any other movements for the neck, that's welcome. Sometimes I'll rock the head a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Gently the head lifts back up and we find alligator pose. In this pose, the elbows go wide, we stack our palms, and then the forehead rests down onto the stacked hands like a pillow. Feel your belly breathing into the earth. It's almost like a little massage of the belly into the earth. It's going to be a very helpful pose because it's adding traction to our spine, helping it to stretch and relax in a really comfortable position. This is very good posture for our back right now. Oftentimes we're hunched forward and that's impossible in this shape. So enjoy the shape of the spine and also breathe the belly into the earth. It's almost like the earth is able to massage us, helping to increase our health and increase that relaxation through the belly. Two more deep breaths, just like this. Whenever you finish that second breath, we'll take our last pose of the day, child's pose. Child's pose you can do with the knees close together. You can do it with the knees wider. The big goal we're trying to do is rest the forehead all the way down. Sometimes that even means I need to stack my hands, and that gives me the perfect amount of height. Oftentimes in the morning, my back is a lot tighter, so if you're doing this practice earlier in the day, perhaps knees need to just go wide for you. When I get further into my day, my body's a bit more warmed up, that's when I can sometimes start walking the knees further together and the spine relaxes. So just find the position that works the very best for your body today. If you don't like the arms forward, you can tuck the arms back, your option. Gently rising up, we'll flip ourselves back around, heading toward our final Shavasana pose, our final resting pose for the day. Let your body be open and receptive. If there's any pillows you want to add to make your body comfortable, either under the knees or under the head, any of these are fine. Hand position can be open, closed, resting on the belly and the heart, whatever feels the best. As we take several good, deep, relaxing breaths, trying to calm all the nerves, feeling so relaxed, so happy that we moved through so much of our body today, getting to open and stretch it all out. And now for the Shavasana, our body integrates all the benefits of our practice. All you have to do is breathe. So be with the breath. Good inhales, relaxed exhales. A few minutes just like this. Begin to deepen inhales and exhales. Introduce little movements back to the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually take a nice fetal position off to one side. Pausing here maybe 4 or 5 good breaths until you're ready to rise. Lifting all the way up toward a seated position, joining the hands together in front of the heart. Feeling such tremendous gratitude for the body, for this time that we took for our body today. Feeling the mind, the heart, the physical body relaxed. And so with this idea of relaxation to help lead us forward into a marvelous finish to our day, let's allow ourselves to wrap up this beautiful time we shared together with a sound of Om. Inhaling together now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.